The veteran kicker, Dustin Hopkins, out to get things started. And off we go from just outside our nation's capital. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong every play, every throw. It just seems like everything goes your way, and that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell you what, his receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, go.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Throwing on second down, Love. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Ready.
They need 8 as they come up for third down.
Ready, set.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Now pass deep for McLaurin, and that is caught. Well, he stayed in bounds. A terrific catch. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it first and goal. Dotson, the man in motion. They'll run with Robinson. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on first and goal. Now here's second and goal.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, ready.
And he will take it in himself. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? and they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And he continues to be a thorn in the side of defenses trying to stop him. Currently second in the NFL in rushing. Dobbs headed in motion. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers in secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case,
pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Love. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So first the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. It's 2nd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He's going to air this one out, looking for Dotson.
He's trying to set the tone here for the rest of the game and let this defense know there is not a blade of grass on this field that you don't have to defend, because he reared back and he let that one eat. And he's got to work a little bit on his touch, a little bit on his accuracy, but I don't think he needs to work on his arm strength.
That is hot! And he will score! Ben Sinnott, touchdown Commanders. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. This great season throwing the ball continues. That last TD pass, number 40 on the year. Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders are able to extend their 1st quarter lead. 1 quarter in the books. 16-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this.
Dustin Hopkins, the kickoff.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. Down a couple of scores now, 16-0, as they want to get going here. Drive starts 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
To throw is Love. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds. But the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket when the second he...
Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The defense has it, and that's going to be scooped up in the end zone. A fumble recovery for touchdown. What a mistake, Greg. That's the worst place on the field for that to happen. The fumble back in your own danger zone turns it into a disaster zone as the defense gets 6 points.
Yeah, and anytime you attempt to pass out of your own end zone, you're kind of rolling the dice a little bit, but what a great time to bring pressure. If you're the defense there, you know you have them backed up, you know their quarterback's looking to make a play to get out of there, and you dial up pressure at the perfect time, not only to force the fumble, Mike, but you're able to recover it in the end zone for 6.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Packers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Throwing is Love. Now he'll run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Ready?
Second down throw for Love. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. Now it's going to be third down.
Set, hut. Ready, go.
Doubs headed in motion.
Hut, hut.
We'll go play action with Love. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. First and 10.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, here's Daniels. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
Got it. Ready? Ready? Ready?
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Now pass deep for McLaurin. That's hard. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
And another great throw right there, Mike. And when you take a look at the numbers, they certainly don't lie. He has just been flat out terrific in this first half. His ability to spread the ball around, take what the defense has given him, they've certainly had a lot of success here early on.
Good blocking to the 15. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it first and goal.
Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Luke McCaffrey, the intended receiver. And it'll be second and goal.
Ready. Hut, hut.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Go. Ready.
Third and goal. It's Daniels. He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. Luke McCaffrey. Touchdown, Washington. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Check. Hut.
Back to throw is Love. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down.
Here we go. Set.
Back to the air, it's Love. Taking off. After that play, we have one of the Commanders who is down. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out.
Here we go. Black swap. Check pink. Smith red.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This brought in out past the 20. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here.
Let's go now. Go.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. He's going to air this one out, looking for Dotson.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
Here we go. Shot. Let go.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Daniels. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle.
And in a game where it seems like this quarterback hasn't really done much wrong, it's really his most critical missed throw so far. He's had himself a really good game up until this point, but I think that's one when he goes back and watches the tape,
Come on.
he knows he should have had it.
Ready?
They'll go. Here's Daniels. Again, working deep downfield. And he will go all the way. Rondale Moore. Touchdown, Commanders.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Commanders stretch things out even further. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Love. The pressure will get to him. He goes down. There is a flag down in the backfield, usually the spot that tells us hold it. Rudolph looking to throw. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Ready.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. Packers set to kick this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from just beyond midfield, and it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it.
And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The Commanders offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes, And some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one.
Okay, ready?
1st and 10 now from the 36.
Hey.
To throw is Daniels. Going for it all. He's got it! And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Ready?
Off the zone read, Daniels gonna hang on to it. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Let's go.
From the gun, here's a handoff. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up.
Ready? Ready?
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. And that is incomplete. Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. And this will be from 42 yards out. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Commanders add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
This will be returned from the 6. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense ready to take over once more.
Ready?
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Set. Ready?
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Ready? Go.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Set. Ready? Ready? Ready?
To throw is Love. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Ready?
Here's Love to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
That's taken in at the 50. And it's a very nice return. He is giving the offense a short field. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long.
Go.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. He's got it at the 7. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. Take a look at his receiving numbers. So he has been terrific. Over 100 yards in this one. the 1-yard line. First down and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Hut, hut.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Love. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Let's go now. Ready.
Now Love. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game. And I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders' offense heading out for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Brian Robinson. And he's going to take this all the way home. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Commanders. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down.
Down. Hut, hut.
Love to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Love. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
I think the defense came in confident that they'd be able to get after the quarterback, right, Mike? When we met with them this week, they felt like they had a really good plan, some exotic looks, some different pressure packages, and it's worked to perfection. I'm not sure they thought they'd be 1 sack away from breaking the NFL record for the most sacks in a single game, but here we are.
And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Go! Ready?
And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him. And I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
Let's go now.
On 1st down, right back to Robinson. And he'll be taken down. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one.
Here we go.
Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal.
Ready?
Here's a run. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Greg, in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Commanders add on to their already sizable lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start out 1st down and 10.
All the ready? Here we go. Ready.
Here's Love.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Here we go. One final play. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So it's a win here for the Commanders. They finished the season on a high note. So now they'll have the week off as the #1 seed. Get back to it in 2 weeks for the divisional round of the playoffs. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.